Hi, I'm Johnny Gutierrez. In this brief presentation, I'll walk you through a personalized learning module I developed on the French New Wave, focusing on François Truffaut's The 400 Blows and a scaffolded scene analysis activity. I originally designed this in Core 1, and for Core 3, I've revised it using peer feedback and aligned it more closely with UDL principles to better support learner engagement and choice. Here's how the module is structured in Canvas. It starts with an introduction to the French New Wave, followed by a deeper dive into Truffaut's techniques in the 400 Blows. Students explore an optional visual analysis resource before completing a scaffolded scene analysis assignment. The module wraps up with a personal reflection and a short knowledge check to reinforce learning. The module opens with an overview of the French New Wave and how it redefined storytelling in cinema. Students are introduced to the focus film, The 400 Blows, and learn to identify key cinematic techniques. I also embedded accessibility supports at the beginning. Captioned videos, alt text, and UDoIt Advantage tools ensure everyone can engage with the material. This helps set the tone for inclusive, personalized learning right from the start. In this section, students go deeper into the innovations of Truffaut's work and the impact of the 400 Blows on modern filmmaking. The learning objectives highlight theme analysis, narrative techniques, and how the film influenced storytelling globally. I paired a curated reading with embedded media like this YouTube explainer and a direct link to watch the 400 Blows on Canopy. This blend of accessible sources supports multimodal learning and helps students build foundational understanding before analysis. The heart of the module is the scene analysis assignment. This assignment invites students to apply core cinematic concepts by analyzing a selected scene from the 400 Blows. They identify key film techniques like mise-en-scène, sound, and editing, and explain how these contribute to the film's meaning or emotional impact. The goal is to develop visual literacy while reinforcing foundational concepts from earlier in the module. Students begin by selecting a scene. Many choose the final beach sequence, and then break down its visual and sound elements. They're encouraged to look at camera angles, editing rhythms, and symbolic cues. For added depth, they can use Shotdeck as a visual tool to compare stylistic patterns across French New Wave films. This optional enhancement builds analytical skills using curated visual references. I've also enabled peer review in the settings. Each student reviews a classmate's work using prompts focused on strengths, suggestions, and insight gained. To support clarity and accessibility, the assignment includes detailed grading criteria and a full rubric. The peer feedback promotes reflective practice while reinforcing a respectful, supportive learning environment. This module also includes an optional visual enhancement using Shotdeck, a searchable database of high-quality film stills. It's a way to explore how camera work, lighting, and visual mood shape meaning. Students can compare scenes from the 400 Blows with similar stylistic choices from other French New Wave films. The goal isn't just to decorate the assignment, it's to strengthen visual literacy and deepen interpretation through cinematic reference. After completing their analysis, students are invited to reflect on the process, both intellectually and personally. This prompt encourages them to consider how their creative thinking evolved, what new insights they gained about the 400 Blows in visual storytelling, and how tools like Shotdeck influenced their interpretation. It's a chance to pause, synthesize, and share meaningfully with peers in respectful, accessible dialogue. To support retention and reinforce key ideas, I added a short formative quiz at the end of the module. It's low stakes, untimed, and allows unlimited attempts, framing it as a reflective, practice-based checkpoint rather than a performance task. The 5 questions are directly aligned with the content from the lesson pages and help students feel more prepared for deeper analysis and discussion. This experience helped me design a more interactive, inclusive, and learner-centered module. I plan to implement this in future courses, gather student feedback, and continue refining it using UDL principles. I'm also curious about AI-based tools that support ethical, creative approaches to film annotation, something I'd like to explore further. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this learning journey with me.